Hello everyone and season's greetings from Percentilers. This is Mayank Raj Singh bringing to you the third video of arithmetic for solutions of QA questions in slot 2 of CAT 2020. In this we have the remaining questions of arithmetic of slot 2 and one miscellaneous question also. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Pause the video and I'm sure most of you would be able to find the answer to this question. Okay, hope you have done it already. About this question, I want to say that in such a difficult exam, this was a blessing from God. This is a must do question, guys. I am going to solve it with my best method, what I consider to be the fastest result giving method. So there is Amal, there is Sunil, and then there is Mita. Okay, it's a question of compounding of ratios. So Amal and Sunil's amounts are in the ratio 3:2, while Sunil and Mita have 4:5. If you compound the ratio, I'm sure everybody can do this. If you don't know this, then you desperately need to watch our basic videos on the channel of ratio and proportion. This is called compounding of ratio. So we have the compounded ratio of the amounts with Amal, Sunil, and Mita together in one ratio. So they now say that the difference between the largest and the smallest of the three. So largest is this, smallest is this. Okay, and the difference is 400. Okay, right now you see that the difference is 2 units. So if 2 units is 400, that implies that the amount is 2 units is 400. Yani 1 unit is 200. So the amounts are 1200, 800 and 1000. Okay. We have been asked Sunil's share. We have it already. 800 rupees is the answer. Moving on to the second question. Please have a look, read the question, try it out and then resume the video. Guys, again, I must say about this question as well that this was a must do question in the QA slot 2 of CAT 2020. This was a very easy question. Trust me, you don't even need to make even a single equation in this question. We have been told that John spent 450 rupees on rice in April, May, rice and wheat. So on rice, he spent 450 rupees, then 20% increased. That makes it 450 plus 90, which is 540. 90 has been the increase. The total increase, has been 150, clearly mentioned, which implies that on wheat, he spent 60 rupees. He increased 60 rupees, Increase here was 90 to make a total increase of 150. Here the increase should be 60. Now this 60 rupees has to be 12% of something. Okay, so this something comes out to be 500, which tells you that the amount spent in the month of April was 500. So in the month of May, it has to be 560. That is all, guys. That is really, that is all for this question. So these two, as you can see, were the must do questions for CAT 2020. Okay, moving ahead to the third question. If you have read the question, you must have found that this question is not as easy as the previous two questions were. Yes, this question has some level. Okay, so we are going to assume a few things. Let cost of pencil x rupees. So cost of a sharpener is x plus 2. Now about Aaron and Aditya. Number of pencils, number of sharpeners. Okay, let us assume the numbers as P pencils. They bought 2 P pencils. Aaron bought S sharpeners. Aditya bought S minus 10 sharp. So the equation that we are going to make is that the amount spent by Aaron is X into P, price of a pencil, into number of pencils, plus X plus 2 into S, price of a sharpener, into number of sharpeners. And Aditya spent 2P into X plus price of a sharpener into S minus 10. Now these two things are equal. We are going to get, on solving these two, we are going to get XP is equal to 10 times plus 2. Okay, so P upon 10 is equal to X plus 2 upon X. So as you know, X is the price of a pencil. It cannot be negative, it cannot be zero either. Okay, so one thing that we know for sure is the number of pencils has to be more than 10 that was bought by Aaron. And the total number of pencils bought is 3p. P by Aaron and 2p by Aditya. So total number of pencils bought were 3p. Okay, so if we can find out the value of p, the minimum possible value of p, we can actually find out the value of 3p. So clearly p cannot be less than 10 or equal to 10. So two options 30 and 27 are gone because this is the value of 3p, right? So 3p cannot be 27 or not 30. Now, if 3p is 33, because we have to find minimum possible value. So this ratio will become 11 by 10, and that is possible. If you put the value of p as 11 and solve this, you will find some value of x. So I think because the minimum was asked, 33 becomes the answer to the question. Otherwise, a possibility, though not minimum, would be 36 also. But since minimum was mentioned in the question, so we have a unique answer, 33. So I hope you understood. If you didn't, please pause the video, rewind it and watch it again. And also keep working out on the pen and paper. With the pen and paper along the side, along with the video. Okay, now interesting question. So this is a question, the answer of which has been revised by CAT, by the IM. So there are two answers right for this question. So this is an interesting case. So let me first solve the question for you. I'm going to solve this question by two methods. One, the ratio method, as you must have seen in the other questions as well, in the other videos as well. And the other is not ratio, but we'll be doing the same thing, but not bothering you with ratio. So the shortest method is the ratio method according to me. So tracks T1 and T2. So the lengths of the tracks are in the ratio 5:1. As you can see, the radii are 120, they are 5:1 in the ratio. So their circumferences would also be 5:1 in the ratio. This is roughly a picture that you can see. This is point A. Okay, so 5:1, the ratio of lengths. Speed ratio, Ram and Rahim, on the respective tracks T1 and T2, ratio of its speeds is 3:1. So the ratio of time taken, time to complete a round, it is going to be 5/3:1. Distance upon speed is time. So basically 5:3. This tells you that Ram will be able to complete a round in 5 seconds and Rahim will be able to complete his round on the smaller circle in 3 seconds or something like that, 5x, 3x. Okay, so this ratio tells us that the number of rounds, suppose they start from point A on their respective circles, the number of rounds they will be completing when they meet for the first time would be 3:5. Number of rounds would be the inverse of the previous ratio of time taken to complete one round. Okay, so in the same time, so when the round is constant, the ratio of time is 5:3. When time is constant, the ratio of the number of rounds would be 3:5. A lot of you might be having a lot of problem understanding this. For that, then I would sincerely suggest you to watch our video on circular tracks on YouTube. So as I said, this is the shortest method, but it also demands some things, some prerequisites in your mind in advance. So this ratio itself tells us that when Rahim will be completing 5 rounds, Ram will be completing 3 rounds. You have been asked the number of full rounds that Ram will make before he meets Rahim again for the first time. So 3. 3 is the answer. Keeping this in mind, the question was kept in CAT. But if you see the flawed language used by the question, the number of full rounds that Ram will make before he meets Rahim again. So 3, the argument against this answer was, so if somebody completes 3 rounds, he also has already completed 2 rounds, right? He has not completed more than 3 rounds, but if you complete 3 rounds, you have also completed 2 rounds. Okay, so there are 2 answers correct for this question. So what IIM Indore has decided is that whoever has marked 2 will also get the full mark for this question. Whoever has marked 3 will also get full mark for this question. This is a method, but I'll not keep some of you or maybe a lot of you in despair by just imposing this ratio method on you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you one more method that I suppose will be understandable by everybody. So in the second method, I'll not be directly dealing with the ratio, but will assume numbers for everything. So now the numbers are already given, but what I'll do so that the fractions are not made and you don't have to deal with the conversion of units along the process, along with the process, What I'm going to do, you have at least understood by the previous method that it's only the ratio that matters, not the actual numbers. So I'm going to change the numbers without changing the ratio. So ratio between this and this is 5:1. So I'm going to take the length as 150 meters and 30 meters. So that is 5:1 in the ratio. And the speed as 30 meter per second and 10 meter per second. Okay, so the time that I'm going to get is 5 seconds and 3 seconds to complete one round each. Maybe there are different circles, but what do you have to do? You only want to know when they both reach together on this point. So you get to know that individually Ram will take 5 seconds, Rahim will take 3 seconds. Okay, so let us consider that the LCM is 15 seconds. So the first time they are going to be together at A again after the start would be after 15 seconds later. Okay, Ram has done 3 rounds, and Rahim, that was not asked in the question, still 5 rounds. So if Ram has completed 3 rounds, he also has completed 2 rounds. So 2 rounds and 3 rounds is the answer. So 2 and 3 both are the answer to the question. All right, then with this fourth question of arithmetic, this was the last question of arithmetic, but I have also considered this question because this was an orphan question in this slot. There is no other modern math question in the entire slot, so I have included this question in this video itself. There is a question of PNC, as you must have understood after reading the question. We want 4-digit numbers. Okay, there are two methods that I'll be dealing with. Method 1. Okay, this will be the self-explanatory method. A longer method, little longer, well, slightly longer. So we want all the digits distinct. We want 4-digit numbers, and we want 7 and 3 to be included. Okay, so now case 1 and case 2, these are the two cases, the summation of which will be the answer. Case 1, that the number starts with a 7, 3 more digits to go. Case 2, that number doesn't start with the 7, anything but 7. Okay, so we'll be dealing with these two cases one by one. For case 1, when the number starts with 7, I am going to write 3C1. This is placing 3. We have 7, we have 3 also. 7 has to be on the left of 3. There are 3 places for 3. 3 can be placed at any of these 3 places. So 3C1, to choose a place to keep 3 over there. Once that is done, now we have 8 more digits remaining to choose from. So we are going to do 8 into 7, filling other 2 places with distinct digits. Okay, so we already have 7. We have placed it at the thousandths place. We have also placed 3. Now the remaining 2 spaces can be filled by 8 into 7 ways, or you can also say 8p2 is also 8 into 7. You can also say 8c2 into 2 factorial. They're all same. So this is it. Case 2, we need to fill the first place. First place can be filled with 7 ways, filling the thousands place. Because 0 is not allowed and 7 and 3 are already chosen. So you have 7 digits remaining. So 7C1 we have filled out the thousands place. Now I'm going to do 3C2, placing 7 and 3. Okay, so we have a 7 and 3. We have to place 7 and 3 in 2 of these 3 places, and the number of permutations is only 1. Once you have chosen the places, you have to put 7 on the left and 3 on the right. And then I will have 7 more ways to fill the remaining place. Our answer is going to be the sum of these two. Okay, so sum of 3 into 8 into 7 plus 3 into 7 into 7. Okay, so if I take 3 into 7 common, I will have 15 in the bracket, and the answer will be 315. Okay, this is one method. You might want to pause the video and understand this. Again, I'm now moving to the second method. This would be interesting for you guys because people generally don't think this way, the second method. So, I am going to find all the 4-digit numbers because my answer is going to be half of all the 4-digit numbers having a 7 and a 3. You have to understand this. Guys, if you have a 4-digit number with a 7 and a 3, then there can be only two things. Either 7 will be on the left of 3 or on the right of. As many numbers having 7 at the left of 3 as the ones having 7 on the right of 3. So just taking half of all these numbers will get us the answer. So my job is just to find out all the 4-digit numbers which have 7 and a 3 already. What I'm going to do is, so I already have a 7 and a 3. I already have a 7 and a 3. I need two more digits. So from the remaining digits, I am choosing two more digits and just placing all the four of them carelessly. Now these two digits, you understand that there could be a case that one of these two digits could be 0, and it also is a possibility that 0 could come in the first place. Now, therefore, I'm going to subtract those cases over here. So out of these, I'm going to subtract the cases in which 0 is in the first place. Okay, so how many such numbers are there? 7C1 to fill out this place and 3 factorial. Okay, and as we have already discussed, half of this is going to be my answer. So 8 into 7 by 2 into 4 factorial minus 7 into 6. So I can take 7 into 6 as common and half of this. So again, I'm getting 21 into 15, which is 315 as my answer. So a little difficulty to understand the second method, but once you understand the beauty of it. Okay guys, that would be all from my side for this third video of arithmetic of slot 2 at 2020. I wish you all a very happy new year. May the year 2021 be a great year for all of us, for our country, for our own futures. May all your dreams come true. So keep working hard, keep working smart, and keep learning, and keep watching the space for more videos, more educational videos to benefit you. Thank you so very much, guys. This is Mayank Raj Singh signing off.